This artwork has been supplied to me free of charge from Fanhome.com. Please pop along to their website and see all of the other build-up artworks that they have to offer, as well as other collections of collectible things. I would like to thank Fanhome for providing me with the artwork so I can produce these videos for your enjoyment and educational needs. If you'd like to build one of your own, pop along to fanhome.com. They're available in many countries worldwide. If you do want to build one, leave a note in the comments to let me know how you're getting on. So thank you once more to Fanhome for providing me with this kit. I hope you enjoy the build. Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and a very, very, very warm welcome to issue 110, the final issue of building Kitt. This is it, we're going to finish him today. It's all exciting. I'm quite excited. It's been a long journey, but a worthwhile one. And we'll see at the end if it works and how it looks when it's together. But first of all, we're going to look at Voodoo Night, the final episode of Knight Rider, the series. Episode 22 of season 4. So there we go. Read all about that. I don't think it ended, ended. I think it just sort of, look, there could have been more, but there wasn't. In this issue, we've got some stuff to tidy up seatbelts, some stickers to tidy up some wires, and many, many pages of instructions on how to get it all plugged together, wired together, and then eventually screwed together and all assembled. And the last thing we have to do is attach a hose. And then we're done. And that's it. There's no secret files or anything in this one. This is all about the building. So let's get the building started. Okay, the instructions didn't make much sense to me, so I played it out with the first one. I've done one side of this. I think I've done it correctly, but we'll find out in a minute. We've got some adhesive tabs which we're going to be using in a short while as well. But first of all, we've got to play with the seat belts. So yeah, let me show you what I've done, and then I'll do it again, basically. So we've got a screw and 3 plastic bits to go onto the seatbelt. Now this side I have done already. It's all to do with this seatbelt here, the one that comes from the top, not the one that comes from the bottom. So on this bit, we need to, first of all, slide on the seatbelt holder, which is going to attach eventually to the interior. So that just slides on there and hangs loose because we can't get to it afterwards, after we've done this next part. The next part is getting this attached to here. It goes through the outside of that. And then this all goes together. A bit like that. And then we've got a screw that goes through there and holds it onto the interior there, just like so. So then that's going to attach, I say, to the back of the seat, I believe. And then you've got the normal sort of seatbelt type attachments that aren't going to attach anywhere because it's not a real seatbelt, but it's that sort of thing. So we've got this from the bottom and that from the side, and yeah, so I'll get the screw through there holding that together in that, and then I need to bring in the lower half of the car and we'll start doing some stuff with that, and before getting this married to it as well. Oh, one other thing we've got to do, we take off these bits, the panel trim, just like that. I assume it gets in the way when we're attaching the other thing, so I've got to get both sides of that off and then bring in the bottom half. Right, remember this is what we've been doing all along. We've got to do some tidying and then some connecting. Now, unfortunately, the connecting, there's no chance I can do it on camera because I just haven't got the room. But I'll talk you through what I'm doing and then we'll basically get it done. First of all, we've got to use these 2 short sticky pads. We are putting one over under here, holding this wire sort of in place where it goes. I don't know that it's really necessary, but it says to do it, so I will. So we'll put one across there, like where it's showing, and one on the other side, doing the same with the other wire. Over this way. didn't peel off the sticky pad. I sort of started to, and then I didn't. I thought I had it, but didn't. There we go. So that will also go over there, making sure that stays where it should be, I believe. There we go. And then we need to bring in the other half and basically get the plugs all connected up. We've got what we've got 3, 5 down this end, and it should be 6 up this end, I believe. Let's see if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes. So I shall get all of these connected up, and then I'll have a quick test and make sure everything still works. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Obviously, again, as I say, I can't unfortunately film this happening. But what I will tell you about as well doing, let's move those out of the way again. I'm going to need the screws when it all goes together, but until then I don't. So basically, once I get the wires connected up, we're going to use one of these long tapes. I thought there was 2. There's 2 there, yes. So one of these basically around this end of the wires to hold this bundle together, and one on the other connection here to hold that together, and then the same on that one, although they can't go anywhere anyway. So I'll get one of them done now. They're all there. They can't go anywhere else. So let me get connected. Actually, no, I won't do that yet because I need to be able to identify the wires and make sure I get the right ones plugged into the right sockets. So let me get it connected up, see if it works, and then see about taping it up, and then finally enclosing. So this is as far as I've got. The body is not attached as yet, although it is all wired up, as you can see. The wires are not taped together as yet, but nothing is actually happening. I've put new batteries in Kitt. Nothing is happening. The watch is not behaving as I remember it behaving before. It was showing basically an hour fast from the time, but now when I push buttons, it sort of fades out and comes back on. So I'm thinking maybe the battery in the watch has died over the course of the build. So I'm going to get that replaced and then try it again before I completely button this back up again and get everything wired up. There were some problems with the wires. One of them doesn't match up. There's an A cable on one end and a C on the other. I don't remember if that was a problem before or not, but it's certainly a problem now. So I've just connected up basically the ones that I've got. They were the same colours, so I'm thinking that that's just how that should be. Don't like the way you can't see. Don't like the way the seatbelt fits just in the bottom down here. It's sort of you'd be tripping over that, wouldn't you? I don't know, maybe not. But that is that. I've got the other bit I can see on the side of here where the connector bit is going to go, so I'm not worried about that. So that's all lining up nicely. But yeah, I'm a little bit concerned that the electronics is not working at all. It's not a deal breaker for me. It's lovely to have, but the chances of me ever activating anything again are pretty slim. But I would like it to work at least once. So before I get everything finally lined up, buttoned up, and connected, I'm going to see about changing the batteries in the watch. And I shall come back tomorrow when I've done that, and we'll see if it works. But until, well, it won't be tomorrow for you. It'll be in just a second. So after some messing around, manipulating and everything else, I have changed the battery in the watch. It wasn't working properly. It is now, and all the electronics is working. I'm not going to activate it all now because it's just going to, you're not going to be able to see anything from this angle anyway, but it is working. I've got this mostly down. It's not fully down, as you can see. If I lift it to one side a bit, you can see there's a big gap down the bottom there. So I need to manipulate this to get this where it should be and fully seated down. I think it's just a case of pushing it, but it's going to take a bit of gentle manipulation. Now, also, I have not put the tape around all the wires because I needed to get the wires in place first, and then there basically wasn't enough room. So I'm sure that they're going to be fine, but, you know, it's going to take some pushing and pulling and twisting and shaping anyway to get this down where it should be. So what I will do will be I'll get this fully seated very carefully and get it all lined up, and then we'll see about turning it over and getting the screws in place and fitting the last couple of bits. We've got the interior seatbelt thing to fix onto the side of the seats as well. So let me get the last few bits done, get it together, and then we'll see about putting the screws in the bottom. Okay, I lied. I'm not going to show you putting the screws in because, quite frankly, it was a pain in the backside, and I've only got five out of the 6, no, 7 out of the 8 in place because one of them just wouldn't go in. But it's okay. What I've also done is attach the seatbelt backs. Now, I made an error with those in the previous episode. I got them the wrong way around. Now, instead of having to get the chassis back off to undo this bit and get it all apart again, what I've actually done is just cut through on the inside at the bottom to remove that from the seatbelt and then swap them over the other side. So that goes on that side rather than how I thought it was. So that goes on there, that fits on there. Now the seatbelts all do what they do. They look okay. I'm not sure about the back ones. Back ones don't look quite right at all. They're just very long and not very good. But I can't see how else they would attach or do anything. So that is that. There's, as I say, one screw which I haven't been able to get in. This back rear one, back rear, the only rear you've got. The back side over there, I just couldn't get in. So there is actually some give there, but it's only that little bit at the back. You can't see it. It's not a problem. The last thing I have to do on this build is put these side panels back on. Which way round and which one is which is the question. It's shaped, the ends of them are shaped so they only go on one way, and I'm pretty sure I had it right the first time, because these pins again only go in one direction. So that's going to go in that side. Like that. No, not like that. Maybe I have got it the wrong way around. I can't. I'm going to go in that way. That is the way it's got to go. And it doesn't look like that lines up. That's, oh, does it? No, it doesn't. Doesn't line up that side. So let's try the other one. Put it now. There it is. Try that one. There. That might line up better. Yeah, there's got a little bit of shaping to one side or the other. So that seems to be lining up there, I think. Door's not shut, that's why it doesn't look quite right. Now, one of these was not a great fit. Anyway, it came off a couple of times while I've been manhandling the chassis around, but I don't think that one is it. That one's gone on there very nicely. I'm happy with that. Let's stop the other one on the other side. I'll do that off camera. So that is that. So all that remains is to get some vanity shots of him, all working with bits open and stuff and the lights on. There is one other problem with the lights on the front. They don't open as fully as I feel that they should. I don't know what I can do about that. I've tried looking at where the gearing is. I might have another look at that before I do the vanity shots, but we'll see. I'm just happy that everything is working and it's all together, at least mostly. I did, in fact, go back to this. I had to get this bit out again to get to manhandling around the rear. And I've improved the ratchet bit, so it actually wraps up a bit now. A little bit nicer if you sort of play with it a bit. So that's nice, although, again, it's one of these it's never going to happen moments. So, yeah. There we go. That's that. Now I've shortened it. I can't get it out again. I'll do that. I'll get it all sorted. I'll get some pictures and some video of it in all of its glory after I've polished and got rid of my fingerprints as well. So I shall see you with that right now.
voice of Night Industry 2000's microprocessor. KITT for easy reference. A Kitt if you prefer.
Enough of that. Yes, so it is complete. Here we have him all done and finished, and the watch to control him as well. So yeah, let's have a look and we'll see about all of the functions and features. We'll start with the one bad thing, the headlights. They don't come up properly. They come up, but they look a little bit sad. They obviously should come up more like that. I've looked into it and I can't seem to figure out why they're not. And I can't be getting everything apart to work all that out. So for now, that's that. I'm almost certainly never going to turn them on again anyway. So it's not a big deal, but all the other lights work. The lights at the front, the interior. I'll show you the interior startup sequence in just a moment. But we've got the lights at the back as well as the number plate illumination, and the number plate you can switch as well from obviously KNI 667 to the more normal looking night. I think I'll push it back a little bit further, then the light actually illuminates it properly, but there we have it. So backlights as well. So we have the interior, which does indeed have one more feature, the brake pedal. When you push the brake pedal, the brake lights come on. But the important thing is the startup sequence for everything. So if I push the button again, nice, very cool stuff. And when it shuts down as well, it shuts down in order. I don't know that I've ever heard him start up or shut down, because it's not the sort of thing that happens in the show. We've also got the interior lights in the footwell, which when you shut the door, obviously go off as well. So that's that. Obviously the interior of the door and the windows are obviously all present and correct. The opening ejector seat section. The trunk opens as well, and obviously under the boot cover you've got the trunk, the boot. So yeah, it's all there. I'll open the bonnet and show you the inside of that as well. There we go, fully, well, I would say functioning, but not functioning, but interior. Now again, one problem over the back here, you may notice the wires I didn't get fully enclosed in when I was mashing everything up together, so I put some of the tape just to sort of mask them away. But again, I'm never going to open the bonnet again, so I'm not concerned about how that is. But yeah, it is a lovely thing. I am very, very happy and pleased with him. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. Do let me know if you've enjoyed the build and how it's been going on, and I shall see you very, very soon for more interesting things. Night, night, Kitt.
I am the voice of Night Industry 2000's microprocessor. KITT for easy reference. A Kitt if you prefer.